Hi everyone, you're watching Marian Joy Paintings and welcome to my creative side. Tap your canvas to make sure it is tight enough. Let's start by sketching. So here's the thing about sketching. If you're an artist whose mediums are paints and brushes, I suggest you put little to less effort on sketching. Why? Because you're not a graphite artist. Well, if you're one, don't take my advice. This is only for the painters out there. As a painter, don't focus too much on perfecting your sketches because those perfect lines and perfect shapes you've drawn won't even matter because it will be all covered up with paint. Just draw the major lines, okay? Take it easy. And by drawing the major lines, what I mean is breaking the lines. Just let your brushes and paints connect them. Now I am setting the tone of this painting. You just need burnt sienna and a lot of water, and you will brush it all over the figure or anything that you're painting on, just like what I did to this. I've seen numerous amazing artists use these techniques, and boy oh boy, their outputs are bomb. Observe what I am doing. I use my brush and paint to shape the base of this figure. Before, I would spend hours of sketching with my pencil just to create this base, but ended up forgetting all the lines because it is now all covered up with paint. According to Jack Ma, a business entrepreneur, he said, "Don't learn from other people's success. Instead, learn from other people's mistakes." So I hope my mistake will be your guiding tip to becoming a better painter or an artist. Whatever, they're the same. After setting the tone, let's proceed to the shadows. It is imperative to start from the darkest and work your way to the lightest. From shadows to midtones to highlights. If you ever wonder why I carry a spray bottle on my right hand, it's because I use acrylic paints. And acrylic paints tend to dry quickly than oil paints. That's why we need to keep them wet in order to blend it properly. Now that the shadows and midtones are placed, highlights are next in the list. Personally, it is pretty obvious where the highlights will be placed. That is because shadows shapes light. I always find it so satisfying when I mix highlights and the midtones and shadows, all those good stuff. After blending the highlights, the figure is starting to take shape. However, classic me can't get enough of highlights. And that is exactly what will happen if you forgot to wipe your brush. Okay, so this is the part where I came to the realization that the chin and jawline are not proportionate to the body. Why didn't I even realize this sooner? Oh god, Marian. Well, it's better late than never. It's time to add some highlight textures, where I just add some white paint and slightly blend it. This is also the part where I also realized that some body parts aren't proportionate. Now it's the shoulders. Okay, the shoulders. It's still not proportionate, you need to add more. Now that's looking a lot better. We're done with the skin. Now it's time for jewelries. I honestly find painting jewelries quite a bit challenging. Well, maybe due to the fact that it's my first time painting it. Okay, understandable, girl. The jewelries are now taking shapes after painting highlights on it. I hope you can spot the letter M in between the two collarbones. In the reference photo, it was originally letter H, but why would I put letter H if my initial is M? I just can't get enough of highlights. Look at that. Oh my god. Moving on to the dress. This dress is silk and I find it quite challenging too. Okay, hear me out. Painting silks is a bit challenging, but it's fun. You get to play with the folds and creases and end up still looking good, still looking recognizable. And to be honest, I'm in love with this dress. Moving on to the straps. While painting the straps was an okay experience, I just got nothing else to say. That's all. To add depth in your painting, it is imperative to define those detailing shadows. Also, keep in mind that those detailing shadows should still match the tone of your painting, which isn't harsh enough and which isn't light enough. Next up is the hair. Again, let's start from the darkest and work our way to the lightest. Originally, the plan was supposedly a white plain background, but I messed up. It took me a moment before I continued working on what I just did on the background. But, as what Bob Ross would say, mistakes are happy accidents. And indeed, it was a happy accident. I just let my hand do its thing. I spontaneously paint without thinking how it would look. And damn, it looked pretty awesome. And here's the fun part. You get to scrape down the paint. I just find it so satisfying. Here she comes.
Please follow my IG account at Meg Lawrence Diane and my my Twitter account at Meg LRNZDYN. Also,
Forgive me for I was rudely interrupted by my annoying cousin. Let's continue. This part is where I experimented the dripping technique. I learned this from an artist in TikTok. She's in Mix Ate Meg. O diba? Sama kayo. Anyways, I was talking about an artist in TikTok. She was a mixed media artist and she usually adds the dripping technique and I find it cool, so I tried it on this painting. Now this part is also cool. I came up with this idea at the moment and girl, it adds up so much to the painting. I am loving it. Basically, I just sprayed water onto the hair strands and scrape it. It is a subtle change. It's I just you know that? I just can't put into words how I love my random ideas. And ta-da! We're finished! If you'd enjoy this video, please let me know in the comments, give it a like and share it with your friends, and subscribe for more contents like this. Ta-ta!